Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I finally bought a PS5, and that means that now we get to play better games on this channel, as well as a very cool game that I like playing, which is Tekken. However, this will be a video for another time. For now, we are here to do a challenge. But well, enough talking, ladies and gentlemen, and let us start a brand new game of Elden Ring. Now obviously, first things first, we have to choose ourselves a role. Now I've played almost every role in this game, and for this challenge specifically, two classes has gained my attention, and that is the Confessor and the Vagabond. Now I would choose the Confessor, but I've done this challenge before with it, and let's just say that it didn't go so well, because while it does have a lot of damage, the fact that its vigor is so low means that I have more chances of dying, and so we are going with the Vagabond. Now that we've selected a role, it is time for us to find a fitting name that would inflict fear upon our enemies, and what better name than Unixork? Wait, I don't think you guys even know who that is. Moving on, however, as for my keepsake, I am going to choose the Crimson Medallion, mostly because it gives us extra HP. Now obviously, any extra HP will do very well in the early game, because any hit may just kill you. Now, as for my base template, I will just choose the blackest looking one, because well, I'm not trying to put effort into my character when I know that I am most likely about to die. So yeah, with this said, let us start the game. Now there's a cutscene, but I feel like you guys have probably watched this before, so let's just skip it. And the game has officially begun. Now let us first take this finger right here, and then let us go outside into the Chapel of Anticipation. Now obviously this challenge has not begun just yet, because at the tutorial of Elden Ring there is a boss, which is the Grafted Scion. Now apparently you're supposed to lose to it, but there is a way to defeat it if you're good enough at the game. Now, before I actually fight this boss, however, there is something very crucial that I need to get rid of in this class, and it is fat rolling. As you can see, I'm stumbling whenever I'm rolling, and that is very dangerous as it can pretty much fuck you up. But hey, it's very easy to get rid of. I just need to get rid of the shield and the Hellberg. And with these two items unequipped, I am ready to face the boss. Now obviously, the boss comes crashing down, which means that you have one free hit as soon as it lands. There you go, that's a free hit there. Now we dodge, and okay, it's screaming. That's also another free hit if you time it well. With this, we can break its stance and get a free critical hit. Now obviously, we can get another hit here because it's still stumbling, and depending on... Okay, wait, oh. Okay, so this stance is a bit dangerous as it can either do a tornado attack or it will do a rage of flurry attacks, and I think it's the flurry one. Yep, it is exactly that. It will do one more attack. Now we can punish this one right here. It's screaming again, which of course you time it well, then you can get a free counter. And that's another critical hit. With this, we are already a third way through his whole health. Another hit, and let's see what it does. Okay, that's another pretty easy dodge. We can counter again, and oh, as you can see, it even tried buffing itself. But that's too fucking bad because it's dead. Now, that was pretty easy, I think. I didn't get hit once, but this will not be an easy challenge whatsoever. This was just the tutorial boss. Now, here's the thing, in the tutorial you have to die to the Grafted Scion, but if you are able to defeat it, then you kind of have to kill yourself. Now I did say that if I die the video ends, but I'm not gonna count this one, because this one is a must. You have to die in order to continue the game. Now, I am obviously going to fast forward this part of the video because it is just the Cave of Knowledge and it's just the tutorial area. Now, obviously, there is a boss down here, which is the Soldier of Godric. But I was too scared to actually fight him because he is one hell of a boss. So for now, we're just gonna skip him and let's head straight outside. And we've made it to Limgrave. Now, there's another boss here which is optional, and it is the Tree Sentinel. Now, this boss is quite difficult for beginners, however I've played against it a lot and I know the ways around it. Now many of you are probably wondering why I'm even fighting this boss, because I'm trying to live as long as I possibly can. However, the video would be way too boring without me not facing the tree sentinel, so let's do it. And well, if I die, I die. If I win, well, that's even better for you guys. So hey, let's start the fight. Now, the Tree Sentinel isn't really that hard of a boss. It really is just here to test how good of a player you really are. I mean, if you're good at dodging and knows the way around this game, you will obviously find this boss very easy. However, for beginners, this is almost like a test of whether you have the intelligence to skip the boss and come back later to fight it. Now, I must mention that my sword does in fact make this challenge a lot easier, as standoff can easily break the stances of the bosses and stun them for a short duration. However, I must say that despite how easy this fight may look, one must not be too careless, as any hit from this boss might just take away half of your health. And I think very soon I might just experience this. And I think it's right here. I think I dodged pretty badly, and yeah, right there. I dodged into the boss, which was a bad move, and half of my health was gone. If the boss had continued the combo, I would have obviously lost, but hey, he didn't. So I won. Obviously though, I will not be able to use its weapon, which is kinda sad because it looks like a really cool one. But hey, I won and I survived another day. So let's move on for now. After fighting my way through the Goldrick soldiers in the forest, I made my way to the Storm Gate. Gates? I guess? I don't know what this place is called, but either way, when I reach this grace, I am going to be greeted by a special someone who is, without doubt, going to show us a lot of courtesy.
But you, I am afraid, are maidenless.
What the fuck? No!
After this very fulfilling conversation with Melina, I make my way to the next boss fight, which is the Stormhill Evergaol. Now this place is quite interesting, as you are literally fighting in another dimension. However, the boss right here is a tough one to crack down, as it is a Crucible Knight. Crucible Knights are very tough to fight, as they can chase you down and dish out a lot of damage. Not to mention, they are tanky as fuck. So yeah, while this was a pretty alright fight, I could have easily died with any hit. Now personally, I would say Crucible Knights are very annoying to fight. However, they are quite predictable. Their attack patterns are very similar, and I mean, not similar, but it's very repetitive, is what I wanted to say, because, well, they do the same attack over and over again. And personally, I think the most annoying part about these bosses is that whenever you're trying to heal, they will chase you down and hit you with a sword. Now, you may be like, oh, they've got a sword, they don't have a lot of range. This is where you are wrong, because you might think that they are out of range, but they might just hit you unexpectedly. Now, this one was pretty easy, as obviously it is one of the first ever Crucible Knights that you are gonna fight, and honestly the reward is not even worth it, as I will not even be using it. The only thing I was really after was runes, but even that, it doesn't really give that much runes. Honestly, I just wanted to fight it because it's also one of the most cool bosses in this game. There's very little amount of Crucible Knights in this place, so hey, I will fight whatever I can get. Now, the second phase of the Crucible Knight is where it grows wings and attacks you with its tail. This one is quite a dangerous phase, as whenever it attacks with its tail, there's a chance that it can one-shot you, so yeah, you better watch out for that. But overall, I would say that it was a pretty alright boss. I mean, yeah, it did drain all my healing items and all that, but that was honestly because I was just being dumb. If I played a bit more safely, I would have just killed it without needing anything else. Though, if you guys are trying to use the same build that I'm going for, I would suggest that you stack up on FP boosts, because yeah, you need a lot of FP in order to use the sword I am using, but hey, it is completely worth it. And with this final hit, we've won against the Crucible Knight. Another quite easy fight, and honestly, with just a little bit of practice, anyone would be able to do this. But for now, let's move on. Next boss on our list is Morgit the Fell Omen. Now, honestly, there are many bosses left in Lingrave to fight, such as the Dark Cavalry and the Deathbird. However, I wanted to see if I could actually challenge Morgit and actually get a win. Obviously, this might have been a bad idea, but you never know. Maybe I'll win. Alright, let's get up and let's make our way to the entrance. Let's just collect this real quick, but I'm not going to be using it because I don't really play online. And there we go. It's Stormvale Castle. Time to make our way through here with only one person standing in our path. Let's do this.
Foul tarnished. In search of the Elden Ring. Emboldened by the flame of ambition.
Morgit the Fell Omen. Honestly, he might just be my most favorite character in this whole game. And as a boss, I freaking love his design. I mean, his voice is top notch, his design is top notch, and the story that he holds is absolutely fantastic. Now you guys might be saying, I'm glazing him way too much. But no. Honestly, big respect to this character as he actually taught me the basics of his game. How to dodge, how to be determined and just not leave the game after losing many times to him. I mean, Tree Sentinel and Morgit were one of the two bosses. Okay, I don't even know what I just said. One of the two bosses? What does that even mean? But either way, those bosses were tough for me as I just started the game, never played these kinds of game before, and honestly, it was fun. It was fun and the victory was so good. Now, let's forget about that for now. Let's talk about Morgit himself. Morgit in the first phase is pretty alright. I mean, it's self-explanatory. His movesets are pretty repetitive. However, when he reaches second stage, shit gets batshit crazy. As honestly, I don't know what he does. Sometimes he may just continue the combo, and sometimes he won't. Really, you don't actually know what he does. However, it's not as bad as most of you think, and yeah, I know, I just died. I know, I died to him. This is where the challenge fucking ends, which is crazy, but like I was saying though, he's pretty easy, and now I know what you guys are probably saying. Oh, I died, so he isn't that easy, but no. The second time I tried to fight him, shit went actually pretty well. I was just being extremely dumb on my first try. I don't know why, but this is just how I play Elden Ring. I'm very reckless. I will say that I'm impatient, I'm reckless, and most of the time I rely on my luck. I don't know if you guys still remember the Tree Sentinel fight just a moment ago in the video. A lot of the times I could have been hit, but hey, my luck was just good enough for me not to get hit. This is how I usually play these types of games, and honestly, it can get pretty annoying sometimes. I mean, I remember I was fighting the two gargoyles. I think they were called the Valiant Gargoyles. Oh my god, these two were so annoying to fight. I do remember like fighting them all night. I went to bed, woke up, and I beat them in one try. I don't know, it's just how the game works for me. But honestly, I must say, Morgit is really not that hard to fight. I will be honest, if you're just, I wouldn't say lucky, but if you know what you're doing, like you know what combos he's about to do and how he attacks, it should be an easy fight. I mean, look at me right now. I actually got 2 critical hits right off the bat, and with one more shot, okay, my bad, one more, there you go. There we go, and he lost. He died. That's just how easy it is to kill him. It's just that if you're an arrogant player like me, arrogant, more like impatient player like me, then you're obviously gonna lose. And this challenge really tests this for most players, because obviously you can't just be reckless. You gotta have a plan before you actually fight the bosses. But hey, this is how far I went. I arrived till Morgit, which I think is not bad for someone who has like, oh, okay, I do have like over 100 hours in this game, but hey, we're not gonna question that, are we? Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know this one was a bit more of a, I would say, commentary video, but hey, it is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you guys want me to continue with this type of video, just comment down, or I might just play Tekken. You never know. But hey, for now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys to the next one. Goodbye!